And rate junior for end user for small value, etc. So perfect, 7 out of 7. So we have a 4. So for our other attendee, Ranrich Pandey, our box DPWH head, Rochelle B. Villamor, our procurement engineer, ma'am. Ronel A. Armenta, back DPWH member, and Philmore E. Suya, back secretary member. So to proceed, start with contract ID 23MC0136. Contract name, repair of 6 classroom. Location, Bagong Silang Ono High School, Camarines Norte, PBC. 3,892,668 pesos and 18 centavos with the calendar days of 90 days. So let's open the box. For our participating bidder is DPR Electrical Construction and Supply. And for initial electronic eligibility screening, expire on box IBIR tax clearance certificate, but you have to verify the technical documents. So the technical document signed is it. So, upon verification, JGR Electrical and Construction Supply, certificate of tax clearance valid until March 13, 2025. So, pass the electronic eligibility screening conducted by the CWA. So, DDR Electrical Construction and Supply, we have PLJIPS, valid until May 4, 2024. Amended March 14, 2024. They have also SLCC, okay? NFCC amounting to 899,000 ay 199 million, sorry. 747,978 pesos and 17 centavos. So, sufficient enough. More than ABC. They have also ongoing government and private contracts, okay? Audited financial statement, okay? Bid securing declaration, signed and notarized with documentary stamp. Omnibus, signed and notarized with documentary stamp. List of key personnel, okay? Equipment plates, okay? So, DDR Electrical Construction passed the initial evaluation for technical documents. So, let's proceed to the opening of the financial envelope, sign and seal. DPWH Electrical Construction and Supply, we have bid form, bill of quantities, detailed estimate, and cash flow by quarter. So DPWH Electrical Construction and Supply offer 3,788,435 pesos and 37 centavos. With a variance of 2.68%. Pass. Since DPWH Electrical Construction and Supply is the low bidder, so DPWH bid out with the amount of 3,788,435 pesos and 37 centavos. With a variance of 2.68%, subject for bid evaluation and post qualification conducted by the DPWH. So, okay. So let's proceed to the small value. Goods, contract ID or TR number 2024-03-019. Contract name, purchase of fuel for all equipment for the implementation of various DPWH activities. DPWH Camarines Norte. With the ABC of 999 pesos, 959 pesos, 999,959 pesos and 50 centavos. With the calendar days of 90 days. So, there's also one participating bidder, MMG gas station. So, it's open. Let's open the envelope. They have Peldips, valid until July 9, 2024. DTI, okay. ITR, okay. We have to do it. And omnibus. Sign in, notarized, the documentary stamp. So, MMG gas station offers 998,000 528 pesos only, with a variance of 0.14%. So, since Salon Pay there, si MMG gas station, so MMG bid out 998,558 pesos and a variance of 14% as well. So subject for bidding valuation and cost qualification by the DPWH. So let's proceed to the other activities. Pre-bid conference for our 4 projects. We have the agenda, contract data, B, requirements for bidding documents, C, bid form, technical and financial proposals, D, criteria for eligibility screening, preliminary examination of bids, evaluation of bids, and post-qualification, and E, other matters. A, contract data. Contract ID number 24 FC0045. Concreting of sitio pinagkaisahan, Barangay Santa Cruz. Farm to Market Road, Barangay Santa Cruz, Camarines Norte. Contract location, sitio pinagkaisahan, Barangay Santa Cruz. FMR, Barangay Santa Cruz, Camarines Norte. Implementing Office, DPWH CNDO, Construction Section. Funding source, Department of Agriculture, FY 2024 Infrastructure Program. Approved budget for the contract, 14,924,999 pesos and 35 centavos, with a duration of 86 calendar days. Scope of work, concreting of 5 meters by 552.6 trillion meter carriageway with 1 meter shoulder both sides, with a thickness of 0.20 meter. Construction of 1 barrel reinforced concrete box culvert. S is 1.80 meters, X is 1.80 meters, and thickness is 0.20 meters. Length is 7.6 millimeter with 2 sides. So we have the vicinity map, typical roadway section, So let's proceed to the major categories of work. RCP, road construction of PCCP, similar categories of work, RRP, and RCTP. The following qualifiers shall be applied to this contract. Must have completed the construction and reblocking, including base course, covering 50% of the item of work of the project. May include airport, runways, taxiways, and airports. List of key personnel. Project manager, minimum years of similar experience in position 5 years. Minimum years of total work experience in position 5 years. Project engineer, minimum years of similar experience in position 3 years. Minimum years of total work experience in position 3 years. Materials engineer, minimum years of similar experience in position 3 years. Minimum years of total work experience in position 3 years. Construction foreman, minimum years of similar experience in position 2 years. Minimum years of total work experience in position 2 years. Construction safety health personnel need certificate of training from DOLE. List of key equipment units, the description, capacity, the required units. Service vehicle, pick-up type, 4x4, the capacity is 4x4, and the required unit is 1. Tower lights, tower height with 28 feet. Number of lights, 4 by 1,000 watts. Generator, 5 kilowatts. The capacity is 10.5 horsepower. The required unit is 1. Backhoe. Backhoe will with a breaker. Capacity is 0.28 cubic meter and 50 horsepower. The required unit is 1. Dump truck. The capacity is 12 cubic yard and 290 horsepower. The required unit is 1. Payloader. The capacity is 1.5 cubic meter and 110 horsepower. The required unit is 1. Bomb truck. The capacity is 127 horsepower. The required unit is 1. Water truck or pump. The capacity is 16,000 liters and 360 horsepower. The required unit is 1. Motorized road grader. The capacity is 140 horsepower. The required unit is 1. Vibratory roller. The capacity is 10 metric ton and 125 horsepower. The required unit is 1. Transit mixer. The capacity is 5 cubic meter and 175 horsepower. The required unit is 4. Feed compactor. 400 to 500 gasoline engine. The capacity is 5 horsepower. The required unit is 1. Concrete vibrator. The capacity is flexible shaft type 2 inches in diameter with 5 amperes gasoline drive unit. The required unit is 2. Matching plant. The capacity is 30 cubic meter and the required unit is 1. Concrete screener. The capacity is 5.5 horsepower and the required unit is 1. Concrete saw. The capacity is 12 inches blade diameter, 4 and 3/4 inches cutting depth, and 7.5 horsepower. The required unit is 1. Bar cutter. The capacity is 25 mm maximum rebar diameter, grid 40 single phase. The required unit is 1. Asphalt joint sealer, gas or diesel driven with hot or cold spray nozzle. The required unit is 1. Bar bender. The capacity is 25 mm maximum rebar diameter, 3 phase. The required unit is 1. Cargo truck. The capacity is 9 to 10 metric ton and 270 horsepower. The required unit is 1. One bagger mixer. The capacity is 4 to 6 cubic feet per minute. The required unit is 2. Low bed driller. The capacity is 25 metric ton. The required unit is 1. Water pump. 100 mm diameter, sanction diameter. The capacity is 7.5 horsepower. The required unit is 1. SPBO number 11 series of 2017. Laboratory equipment is required and mandatory. No. Equipment capacity and required unit as specified in the building sheet shall be mandatory. In absence of the same shall disqualify the contractor. So any question or clarification for project ID 24FC0045? So let's proceed to another contract ID 24FC0046. Contract name, Concreting of Mataki, Farm to Market Road, Barangay Mataki, Kapalonga, Camarines Norte. Contract location, Barangay Mataki, Kapalonga, Camarines Norte. Implementing office, DPWH Construction Section. Funding source, Department of Agriculture, FY 2024 Infrastructure Program. Approved budget for the contract 15,919,999 pesos and 86 centavos. Contract duration, we have 102 calendar days. Scope of works, concreting of 5 meters by 485 linear meter carriageway with 1 meter shoulder both sides, 0.20 meter thick. So, we have the vicinity part in the location map. Typical roadway section. Again, typical roadway section. Typical roadway section. So let's proceed to the major categories of work, similar categories of work. RCP, roads, construction, PCCP, and RRP, RCTP. The following qualifiers shall be applied to this contract. Must have completed reconstruction and reblocking, including base course, covering 50% of the item of work of the project. May include airports, runways, taxiways, and airports. List of key personnel. Project manager, minimum years of similar experience in position 5 years. Minimum years of total work experience in position 5 years. Project engineer, minimum years of similar experience in position 3 years. Minimum years of total work experience in position 3 years. Materials engineer, minimum years of similar experience in position 3 years. Minimum years of total work experience in position 3 years. Construction foreman, minimum years of similar experience in position 2 years. Minimum years of total work experience in position 2 years. Construction safety health personnel need certificate of training from DOLE. So let's proceed. The list of key equipment units. Description, service vehicle, pickup type. The capacity is 4x4 and the required unit is 1. Tower lights, tower height is 28 feet. Number of lights, 4 by 1000 watts. Generator equals to 5 kilowatts. The capacity is 10.5 horsepower and the required unit is 1. Backhoe, well type, and with breaker. The capacity is 0.28 cubic meter and the capacity is 0.28 cubic meter and 50 horsepower. The required unit is 1. Dump truck. The capacity is 12 cubic yard and 290 horsepower. The required unit is 1. Payloader. The capacity is 1.5 cubic meter and 110 horsepower. The required unit is 1. Boom truck. The capacity is 197 horsepower. The required unit is 1. Water truck or pump. The capacity is 16,000 liters and 360 horsepower. The required unit is 1. Motorized road grader. The capacity is 140 horsepower. The required unit is 1. Vibratory roller. The capacity is 10 metric ton and 125 horsepower. The required unit is 1. Transit mixer. The capacity is 5 cubic meter and 175 horsepower. The required unit is 4. Blade compactor. 400 to 500 gasoline engine. The capacity is 5 horsepower. The required unit is 1. Concrete vibrator. The capacity is flexible shaft type, 2 inches head diameter with 5 amperes gasoline drive unit. The required unit is 2. Batching plant. The capacity is 30 cubic meter and the required unit is 1. Concrete spreader. The capacity is 5.5 horsepower. The required unit is 1. Concrete saw. The capacity is 14 inches blade diameter, 4 and 3/4 inches cutting depth with a 7.5 horsepower. The required unit is 1. Bar cutter. The capacity is 25 mm maximum rebar diameter, grade 40 single phase. The required unit is 1. Asphalt joint sealer, gas or diesel driven with hot or cold spray nozzle. The required unit is 1. Barbender. The capacity is 25 mm maximum rebar diameter, 3 phase. The required unit is 1. Cargo truck. The capacity is 9 to 10 metric ton and 270 horsepower. The required unit is 1. One bagger mixer. The capacity is 4 to 6 cubic feet per minute. The required unit is 2. Low bed trailer. The capacity is 12 metric ton. The required unit is 1. Water pump. 100 mm diameter, sanction diameter, with a capacity of 7.5 horsepower, and the required unit is 1. As per DO number 11 series of 2017, laboratory equipment is required and mandatory. No, equipment capacity and required unit as specified in the bid data sheet shall be mandatory, and absence of the same shall disqualify the contractor. So any question or clarification for 24FC 0046? So if none, let's proceed to another contract ID number 24FC 0047. Contract name, concreting of Barangay Mahawan-Hawan, Pagsumartit Road, Barangay Mahawan-Hawan, Labo, Camarines Norte. Contract location, Barangay Mahawan-Hawan, Labo, Camarines Norte. Implementing office, DPWH CMDO, Construction Section. Funding source, Department of Agriculture, FY 2024 Infrastructure Program. Approved budget for the contract, 14,034,999 pesos and 07 centavos, with a duration of 110 calendar days. Scope of works, concreting of 5 meters by 501.27 linear meter carriage way, with 1 meter shoulder both sides, 0.8 meter, 0.20 meter thick. Construction of 1 barrel reinforced concrete box culvert with S equal to 3 meters, X equal to 2.4, and thickness equal to 0.20 meter, and the length of 10.78 linear meters, one side. And construction of 1 barrel reinforced concrete box culvert is 1.25 meters. Height is 1 meter, and thickness is 0.18 meter, with a length of 7.6 linear meter, one side. And construction of 1 barrel reinforced concrete box culvert with S is equal to 3 meters, H equal to 2.4 meters, and the thickness is 0.20 meter, with a length of 10.83 linear meter, one side. So we have the vicinity map, the typical roadway section B, the typical roadway section A. So let's proceed to the major categories of work, similar categories of work. RCP, road construction, PCCP, RRP, and RCTP. The following qualifiers shall be applied to this contract. Must have completed the construction and reblocking, including base cost covering 50% of the item of work of the project. May include airport, runways, taxiways, and airports. So list of key personnel: project manager, Minimum years of similar experience in position, 5 years. Minimum years of total work experience in position, 5 years. Project engineer, minimum years of similar experience in position, 3 years. Minimum years of total work experience in position, 3 years. Materials engineer, minimum years of similar experience in position, 3 years. Minimum years of total work experience in position, 3 years. Construction foreman, minimum years of similar experience in position, 2 years. Minimum years of total work experience in position, 2 years. Construction safety health personnel need certificate of training properly. List of key equipment units. The description, capacity, and the required units. Service vehicle, pickup type. The capacity is 4x4. The required unit is 1. Tower lights, tower height with equals to 50 feet. Number of lights equal to 4 by 1,000 watts. And generator is equal to 5 kilowatts. The capacity is 10.5 horsepower. And the required unit is 1. Backhoe well type with breaker. The capacity is 0.58 cubic meter with 50 horsepower. And the required unit is 1. Dump truck. The capacity is 12 cubic yard and 290 horsepower. The required unit is 1. Payloader. The capacity is 1.5 cubic meter and 110 horsepower. The required unit is 1. Boom truck. The capacity is 197 horsepower and the required unit is 1. Water truck or pump. The capacity is 16,000 liters and 360 horsepower. The required unit is 1. Motorized road grader. The capacity is 140 horsepower. The required unit is 1. Vibratory roller. The capacity is 10 metric ton and 125 horsepower. The required unit is 1. Transit mixer. The capacity is 5 cubic meter and 175 horsepower. The required unit is 4. Brake compactor, 400 to 500 gasoline engine. The capacity is 5 horsepower. The required unit is 1. Concrete vibrator. The capacity is flexible shaft type, 2 inches in diameter with 5 amperes gasoline drive unit. The required unit is 2. Batching plant. The capacity is 30 cubic meter and the required unit is 1. Concrete spreader. The capacity is 5.5 horsepower. The required unit is 1. Concrete saw. The capacity is 14 inches blade diameter with 4 3/4 inches cutting depth with 7.5 horsepower. The required unit is 1. Bar cutter. The capacity is 25 mm maximum rebar diameter, grade 40, single phase. The required unit is 1. Asphalt joint sealer, gas or diesel driven with a hot or cold spray nozzle. The required unit is 1. Barbinder. The capacity is 25 mm maximum rebar diameter, 3 phase. The required unit is 1. Cargo truck. The capacity is 9 to 10 metric ton and 270 horsepower. The required unit is 1. One bagger mixer. The capacity is 4 to 6 cubic feet per minute. The required unit is 2. Low bed trailer. The capacity is 25 metric ton. The required unit is 1. White water pump. 100 millimeter diameter, suction diameter, with a capacity of 7.5 horsepower and the required unit is 1. As per DO number 11 series of laboratory equipment is required and mandatory. No. Equipment capacity and required unit as specified in the bid data sheet shall be mandatory in absence of the same sa disqualify na contractor. So any question or clarification for 24FC 0047? So if none, let's proceed to the last project, contract ID number 24FC 0048. Contract name, construction of rainwater collector system, rainwater collectors and public facilities. Contract location, Panganiban, Paracali, Lago, Camarines Norte. Implementing office, DPWH Construction Section. Funding source, SR 2024-02-008534. Approved budget for the contract of the ABC is 2,894,992 pesos and 89 centavos. Duration of 75 calendar days. Scope of works, construction of 8 units, rainwater collector system, RWCS, concrete water tank. Capacity is 8.125 cubic meter. So, we have the perspective, rain collector location plan, front elevation. So, let's proceed to the major category support, similar category support, WSL1, water supply level 1, construction, shallows, rainwater collection. Similar category support, WSL 28, WSL 2 and 3 FHW. The following qualifiers shall be applied to this contract: A. Liquid, B. Reservoir, C. Water work system, D. Water source development, E. Water treat system, and F. Water tank. So, list of key personnel, project manager, minimum years of similar experience in position 5 years, minimum years of total experience in position 5 years. Project engineer, minimum years of similar experience in position 3 years, minimum years of total experience in position 3 years. Materials engineer, minimum years of similar experience in position 3 years, minimum years of total experience in position 3 years. Construction foreman, minimum years of similar experience in position 3 years, minimum years of total work experience in position 2 years. Construction safety health personnel need certificate of training from the So, list of key equipment units. We have one bagger concrete mixer. The capacity is 4 to 6 cubic feet per minute. The required unit is 1. Dump truck. The capacity is 12 cubic yard. The required unit is 1. Concrete vibrator. The capacity is flexible subtype 2 inches diameter with 5 amperes gasoline driven unit. The required unit is 1. Bar builder. The capacity is 25 mm maximum rebar diameter 3 phase. The required unit is 1. Bar cutter. The capacity is 25 mm maximum rebar diameter 340 single phase. The required unit is 1. So, as KRDO number 11, series of 2017, laboratory equipment is required and mandatory. No. Equipment capacity and required unit as specified in the big data sheet shall be mandatory and absence of the same shall disqualify the contract. So, any question or clarifications for DPWH 0047? If none, let's proceed to the schedule of key procurement activity. Activity, time and place. Issuance, downloading of bidding documents. Time, March 14, 2024 to April 3, 2024. Place, hard copies of Bank Secretariat of DPWH Camarines Norte, DO, right Camarines Norte. Downloading from DPWH website, www.dpwh.gov.ph. Phillips website, www.phillips.gov.ph. Private conference today, March 21, 2024, place conference hall, DPWH Camarines Norte. Visit of bids or opening of bids, preliminary evaluation of bids. Time scheduled on April 3, 2024 until 10 a.m. Place conference hall, DPWH Camarines Norte. B. Requirements for bidding documents. First, instruction to bidders. Then, general foundation of contract. Next, special foundation of contract. Next, bid into sheet. Next, specification. Next, bid of quantities. Next, bid forms. Next, checklist for technical proposal. And checklist for financial proposal. Download at www.dpwh.gov.ph and www.phillips.gov.ph. No, new format per DMC 85 series of 2020. Additional statement for omnibus per DMC number 85 series 2020. Number 10. In case advance payment was paid or given, failure to perform or deliver any of the obligation in undertaking in the contract shall be sufficient grounds, constitute criminal liability for swindling, estafa, or the commission of fraud with unfaithfulness or abuse or confidence through misappropriating or converting any payment received by a person or entity under an obligation involving the duty to deliver certain goods or services to the prejudice of the public and the government of the Philippines pursuant to the Article 15 of Act Number 1315, Series 1930, as amended or revised Penal Code. C. Bid form, technical and financial proposal. Prospective bidders shall submit their duly accomplished forms as specified in the bids and two separate sealed bid envelopes to the back chairman. The first envelope shall contain the technical component of the bid. The second envelope shall contain the financial component of the bid. The technical and financial document must be paginated, bounded, and tab marked, and documentary stamp is required on all documents with notary public and properly sealed. All bid documents must be submitted in the duplicate copies, original and copy one, sealed and signed. All bidders are invited to attend the private conference as scheduled for further instruction. Contract will be awarded to the lowest calculated responsive bid as determined in the bid evaluation and post qualification. Manual submission, one original and one copy for each technical proposal and financial proposal must be submitted. Electronic submission, E5 of the technical proposal and financial proposal. However, bidders should only select one mode of submission, either manual or electronic. D. Criteria for eligibility screening. Preliminary examination of bids, evaluation of bids, and post-qualification. Criteria for eligibility screening. A contractor must meet the following major requirement. A. Filipino citizen or 75% Filipino. All partnership or corporation with pick-up license applicable to the type and cost of the contract. Small b for contract ID number 24MC0045 to 24MC0048. B. Completion of a similar contract costing of at least 20% of the ABC. C. Net financial contracting capacity or NFCC at least equal to the ABC. Bid evaluation. The financial component of the bids of each past bidder shall be evaluated using a non-discretionary criteria, including arithmetical correction for computational errors, and thus determine the correct calculated bid prices. The bank shall automatically disqualify any total calculated bid price which exceeds the ABC. The following factors are to be considered in the evaluation of the bid price. The completeness. First, no price and required item non-responsive. Next, indicating a zero or a dash paid to the government. Next, all prices are deemed to include taxes. Next, bids not addressing or providing all of the required items in the bidding documents, including where applicable BOQ shall be considered non-responsive. Next, arithmetical correction. First, bid price and figures versus word prevail. Next, total price per item versus unit price per item, unit price prevail. Next, total price versus actual sum of component items, actual sum prevails.
Sino kasama mo?
Unit cost and the detailed estimate versus unit cost and BOQ prevails. All bid amount above ABC will be disqualified. Post-qualification and pursuant to Section 34.1 and 34.3 of Revised IIR of Republic Act 9184. 34.1. The lowest calculated bid or highest rated bid shall undergo post-qualification in order to determine whether the bidder concerned complies with and responsive to all the requirements and conditions as specified in the bidding documents. 34.3. Verification, validation, and ascertainment of statement made and documents submitted shall consider but shall be limited to the following criteria. First, legal requirements, licenses, certificates, permits, agreement and inclusion in any blacklist. Next, technical requirements. Next, key personnel, minimum work experience requirements should be satisfied. Next, availability and commitment of major construction equipment. Failure of the prospective bidder to state a complete technical description of the appraised equipment in the specific location with their own lease or under purchase agreement shall result in the bidder automatic post disqualification for award of contract and failure of its bid security per DO number and forfeiture of its bid security per DO number 58 series of 55. Next, performance and ongoing government and private contracts. First, negative slippage of at least 15% in any one project or negative slippage of at least 10% in each two or more contracts. Next, failure of the contractor to commence repair works on contracts with pending certificates of acceptance in the prescribed date after receipt of the notice of defects and deficiencies, and substandard quality of works or unsatisfactory performance per contract per condition of the terms of inspection. Next. DO number 127 series 2018, strict application of Republic Act 9184 in the conduct of the post-qualification of bidders with delayed ongoing contract with the DPWH. Next, authenticity and correctness of bid security. Next, financial requirements, bid price proposal and NFCC. Notes on the personnel and equipment requirements of the project as per DO number 09 series of 2012. Technical requirements for civil works project for public bidding. If the proposed technical personnel is an employee of the bidder and working another project at the same time of the bidding, the bidder shall submit a certification that 1. The personnel will be pulled out from the ongoing project once the bidder is awarded the contract. And number 2, he or she will be replaced with another person equal or greater qualification as certified by the head of the implementing office. Technical requirements. First, the bidder may propose a key technical personnel who is not its employee, provided that the said personnel is required to submit a certification that he or she will work for the bidder if the contract under bidding will be awarded. Next, this certification shall be included in the first envelope of the sale bid. Next, also to be verified during post-qualification is the set of equipment placed by the bidder. The bidder should specify the submitted bid, the location of the equipment where they can be inspected. If any equipment is not in the specified location, then the bidder shall be post-disqualified. Contract award. The contract shall be awarded to the bidder whose bid has been determined to the lowest calculated and responsive bid, or LCRB, as a result of the detailed evaluation and post-qualification conducted. Next, contract award should be made with the bid validity period, and some contracting is not allowed. A. Common reason for rejection of bids and ineligibility and post-disqualification of bidders. First, failure to submit the original copy of the surety bond certified by the Insurance Commission indicating the name of the project, the procuring entity, and name of contractor. Next, shorter bid validity and bid security period. Next, overlapping of bridge equipment and committed key technical personnel. Next, failure to indicate the validity of bid in the bid form. Next, late submission of bid. Next, failure to submit supporting documents, example, certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor or vendor for the duration of the project if bridge equipment is to be leased or purchased. Next, negative slippage of at least 15% in any one project, or a negative slippage of at least 10% in each of 2 or more contracts. Next, unsatisfactory CPS rating. Next, single proprietor signatory should be the owner, proprietor only. Next, corporation or cooperative board security, board secretary, certificate and board resolution. Next, joint venture resolution or agreement. Next, partnership as indicated in the articles of partnership, and discount offered in the bid form must be signed by owner, proprietor, or authorized managing officer. Hence, liaison officer signature will only be accepted provided that specified limit of discount be included in the special power of attorney or SP. So any question or clarification for these activities, private conference? So if none, for this bidding and bidding at private conference, any announcement?
Monday po, free March 25.
Monday,
March 25.
March 25.
Infra po, 3.
So, Emra, tatlo. So, thank you very much. I declare this bidding and private conference is adjourned.